I bumped my camera, so I'll just wait a minute before everybody pops on because you're probably still chatting on the dark one over there that went. Bloop. Sorry, guys. Technology and me sometimes do not go hand in hand. So, now, on with the show. I got my friend's cup up. See? Friends. Probably backwards. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. The meaningful mug today because I have a job to do in a little bit and I don't really want to do it, but I'm going to do it purely out of comedy's sake. And we're going to talk about what I had some really big conversations this morning with two different sets of friends. And believe it or not, from the first conversation, my friend in the second conversation repeated almost every single word that I said in the first conversation. So I'm going to wrap it all up into one conversation for y'all. Okay, so basically, first we'll talk about the group chat because it brought up a lot of conversation this morning when I was talking with my friend about the people who are we not adults here? Do you not know how to scroll on? You actually got to take your finger, go put it on the page and find the poop emoji and then leave it. Like, that's a lot of energy for something that should not affect you if you've been following my channel this entire time or even know anything about me. Okay? I'm not about that. I'm not about the low vibes. You don't like somebody, please scroll on. Stop talking negative. That's a group chat rule. That's also on my page rule. Don't care. So over it. So over people gaslighting me, telling me who I should follow. Firstly, let me clear something up about my opinion of Phil Godlewski because everybody keeps telling me what I should think about him. Okay? Get some emails. No lie. You're not the only one who sent me an email saying, be careful. Should have just drawn a graph of what I think. So there's only so many people on this flat earth that I believe know stuff about more stuff than we know stuff. Now let me back up to 2020 for everybody just for a moment. When I started doing a lot of this research and I started putting that very first few videos together, also the first 3, because Greg Hallett was the 3rd video I ever made. I was about, what is this person trying to tell me? What are they exposing about the dark side? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now on June 6th of 2020, hi, if you're watching, friend, you know who I'm talking about. I met a very, very intelligent woman, like super intelligent. And I would say she was my intel for about 5 or 6 months. She helped me, well, maybe 4 or 5 months. I'd ask a question. I knew she was under an NDA. And I'd be like, but what about this? Well, they can interview people who are under strict NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. They can't say certain things, okay? So it's interesting that this person in my life, behind the scenes, and I had conversations. She was in a circle of friends. I met her personally. She's a real human being. She's a very beautiful human being and very smart, okay? Spiritually smart. Now, when I spoke to this woman back then, it was right after the summer solar eclipse in June of 2020. And I had a dream the night before. And I was explaining this dream of what I saw. And she helped me interpret the dream in a way that I was like, that totally makes sense. Like, I totally get it now. But what it also did was it provided a lot of comfort because she has an understanding of not only the physical realm, but the computer realm and the spiritual realm all in one. And I've talked about her before on my show. I call her Oracle Spice. And then, but before she did, she made some one statement in particular, and my personal friends who know this woman as well know the statement, and it kind of helped me evolve and on this show, and to let go of timelines. And what I mean by that, support that person. But when that person's message has reached the maximum level of people, okay, no new people are going to learn about that at the height. It's the 15 minutes of fame. Okay, you guys paying attention. 15 minutes of fame, the height of the attention. So then it starts to dwindle off and loses the effect to change the vibration of a whole pile of people. Okay, whether that's a negative person to you or a positive person to you, it still causes a reaction for you to change a thought pattern that you had before. So there's a guy in 2020, oh my God, he's calling himself the King of England as if he's going to wear a crown. Got death threats, got all these types of things going on. But what that person did for me is explained how the game was working. And then after I thought I had kind of absorbed as much information from that timeline, I moved on to another timeline to explain another timeline and observe another timeline of information. So I've done lots of videos on lots of people, from Greg Hallett, Kim Gauguin, like what these people were trying to say, whether they were right or not, or a bad character or whatever. It doesn't mean I believe everything they say. I'm discerning and saying, okay, well, Greg says that there's whatever. So with each of these characters on a multi-level in the game, and I mean multi-level, like, so 107 and Field McConnell and Phil and Ezra and like Robert David Steele, all of these people that have come out and told us storylines about something, all have to give us information, in my opinion, about what rings true in their soul contract, why they were sent here in the first place. So with every moment and every person that has ever come in and out of my life, I try not to judge, just like, what is the intention? I need to compartmentalize, because intention became, wait a second, I know disinformation is necessary, seriously, okay? So let's think about this now towards why I think certain people are certain roles, okay? So let's just throw out in the timeline, and there's been a lot of more solid information kind of proving he is the Snowden character. He's anonymous. He's Mr. Poole. He's Z, and Z is like what I believe is like one of the first people in Anonymous to hack big institutions to try and like take down these dirtbags. Like they create stuff in a good way to help humanity. That's what I'm saying. Okay, they're not bad people. So, so what I'm basically saying is each person is only allowed to say so much. So in one of my emails, I had a guy say, "Well, wait a second." He comes out, Phil comes out and says all this stuff about NESARA. I can't say it because my video will get banned. Or GESRA, but he's not telling us any dates. I'm sorry, but where are we thinking that someone is just gonna go and tell you exactly when this is all gonna happen? All we've been doing for 3.5 years is guessing, our own opinion, basing it on the information that is right at hand, and then other people are coming back and confirming it later. And so if people never really got into the whole operation of the 17th letter, or how computers talk to each other, or how some people are used for certain operations. And we're literally put in a timeline to help expose this stuff. I'll just say personally, I think I almost got hit by a train in 2015, a C train. Literally. I think I was saved so I could come here on the show and tell you guys about my opinion of the Great Awakening. It's just my opinion. So, someone thinking someone's a grifter or whatever, or buying timelines of people when you really don't have proof. You're just listening to somebody else's opinion about something else and saying, oh, he's a bad guy. And people have been doing this for like whatever. But let's take that down to life right now, your personal life. Okay. Have you yourself dealt with every person in your own life that has brought up these little aggressive things like that are going on and causing you challenge in your life? Have you actually done the work? I can tell you, if you did a lot of the work of self reflection of what makes you upset in the first place, then you wouldn't be sitting there putting poop emojis and calling somebody bad names on the internet. That's just how that works. It's easy, really, because you've done the work to yourself because you love yourself. You love yourself not to let other people bother you. So when you're lashing out at someone online like Phil, I don't care. I don't give a shit if you like the guy or not. I honestly don't care. I don't care if you like me. What other people think of you is none of your business. It's none of my business what you think of me. I don't care. What you talk about behind my back, none of my business. What I'm saying is, if done without an understanding of how these people are triggering your own problems within yourself, like I'll just say, for example, I got called a fraud a lot last year. That was the number one word people used on me. Oh, she's a fraud. She's ripping off people. And I'm like, I don't get it. But if that's your trigger and that's what you think, then you're going to have to do your work. Like, did I actually steal money out of your bank account? No, I did not. People were thinking that they made up their own illusion, and then you spell it out. And this is like many shows combined. I'm like wrapping this all up into one show for you guys today. So if you're sitting there and you're going, so and so's a fraud, he's ripping people off, what does this have to do with the Great Awakening or whatever, and you can't see the comms, COMMS, the communication, hidden communication of what's happening, then I almost feel sorry for you because you're just going through this loop of anxiety. It's anxiety, literally, and fear. Fear. You're not dealing with your own trusting the plan. Trust the plan means trust you. You trust for yourself to discern so you're not constantly freaking out on somebody else. That's like when I was a single mom. Like, I yelled at my kids a lot. I yelled at them. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. I was like under stress. I had bills. I had whatever. So people who are following my channel, I know there's going to be a few trolls out there, whatever. But I'm like, aren't you bored? Aren't you tired of yourself being that angry? I would be exhausted. And I can guarantee you, if you feel that angry enough to go put a poop emoji, you have some poop backed up in your own system. For reals. For reals. Do some cleansing. Poop up here. You're letting people with shitty in your mind. If you think somebody is a bag of crap, then ultimately you're letting them roam around rent free in your head, getting you all mad. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Seriously ridiculous. So I say that with all kindness and love. So don't get dragged down by non-playing characters. Exactly. Carolyn says, be prepared. Be prepared. And oh, Kiwi Boys, most like NPCs. And what is an NPC? There's a certain group of people, let's admit it, okay? There's only so many smart people to figure out what's going on in Q. It's not for everybody. It's just not. It's just not. People are lazy. Okay? They want to be spoon fed information. They don't want to go research something. Who did this? I don't know. Who did it? Somebody tell me, please. Ah. And then we're putting people on pedestals. I'm not putting Phil on a pedestal. I think he is an information giver. Okay? Don't confuse that. I do not like it when people put me on a pedestal. Sometimes my name gets thrown around like, I don't read me. That just pisses me off. Like, seriously. To no end. Like, I'm like, I don't even know that person. I've never even met that person. And they're like acting like they're my best friend. That's weird, but whatever. Who am I to say? But anyways, yeah, so don't get dragged down by those people and do the work within yourself. And they're everywhere. There is everywhere. There was once a person not too long ago that he was the most annoying human being in my realm on the planet. And those who know me through the summer of 2020 in the city know exactly who I'm talking about. And those on YouTube from across the world might have caught this guy posting his entire resume on my YouTube channel too. And I never even mentioned the guy's name. He knew I was talking about him. And he just was like, I'm so great. He left it on every YouTube video I had done in the last 5 days. It was like really weird. He literally cut and pasted his entire website biography on my YouTube in a conversation like he was really important. Wait, I'm gonna eye roll really hard. Okay, so you know what that guy taught me? Hey, Raven, Raven, you, are you over the narcissist yet? No? Here's a good one for you. I got a good one. So I tried to confront that big evil monster, that lizard man. I call him the Geico lizard. I'll just say he looks like a Geico lizard. So I tried to confront him on behalf of about 20 women and I that had a problem with him. Totally gaslit me, mansplained right in front of a friend. I was like, wow, that was almost a comedy act in itself, for real. But I broke apart from the crowd and I just kept doing my thing here. And I'm like, oh, I'm obviously meant to just do YouTube videos, not have the people elbowed off the stage, da 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 da. A little while later goes on. I thought I was over it because I thought I dealt with it. No, I did not. I did not deal with it. Because what did I get? The biggest, nastiest narcissist that pretended to be a nice person and do humanitarian things shoved in my face, and I had to pretend to work alongside this person for a while. And I was like, I think I'm going to lose my mind. I literally thought there's nobody this controlling on the face of the earth. Like, honestly, had no idea. No, wasn't done my narcissist challenge. So I completed that challenge, moved on, let go, got rid of all that energy, because these are all past life challenges coming back up to haunt us, even in this life. Okay, this year, bing bong, I get introduced to the, I'll call the human doorbell. Every time I walk past this person, hey, something about myself. Hey, I'm so great. Hey, I did this. Hey, I posted that. And I was like, so finally I'm like, hey, 2 things about me. I don't like chit chat and I'm a private person. Never heard from the doorbell again. So, when life presents you challenges, are you actually recognizing what that challenge is? Because I didn't the first time. I just thought it was some controlled opposition, like spiritually fighting. I'm like, but it is. These are NPCs because they don't have a big role in the show. And what I mean by that is they're not this. Hear me when I say this. Has nothing to do with an ego. Okay? Zero to do with an ego. These people's timeline only gets so far because it's reflected inward and instead of outward, where they've inspired people to change their vibration to a higher place. That's where the people with integrity are coming through. You can see it. And I'm sorry, but if people are all jealous of someone who goes and buys Airbnbs and then decides to give away $25,000 or $100,000 this Christmas, and you still think that person is a grifter, you need your head examined. I don't know what else to tell you. They are taking money away from the bad people and using it for good purposes to help truthers have a healing place, whatever. Who gives a shit? Why is that your business in the first place? So I'm addressing a whole pile of things today. So, yeah. Oh, the video froze when I rolled. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love it. So, yes, I agree. You know what? And to be honest, I don't watch Phil videos. I don't. There, I said it. I watched a few of them. I past most of the stuff, put it on 1.75, sometimes 2. I like the guy, but there's only so much information and so much of, like, I don't think we're waking up anybody else for the last 7 or 8 months is try not to be too redundant in every video that I do and say, hey, or I told you so, or whatever. But who goes and watches old videos, really? Not very many people. Oh, yes. I love you too, Callie. She's like, oh, you're shuffling cards. She's looking over it like, I know that sound. Oh, she's all pooped out today. But anyways, it's a great day today. I'm going to make some banana bread in a little while. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Okay, the water fairy, feelings and emotions, very important. Oh my God. Okay, you guys, I was going to talk about this, but now I just got it in the cards, so I am laughing my ass off. Okay. We've got the water fairy, burden. We've got the eagle, and then birth and rebirth. And this is what I was going to talk about. Okay? When somebody's going off on their thing, it's not your burden. That's their own soul contract. And that's what we talked about this morning. Your feelings and emotions with every burden that comes your way, are you seeing it from an objective, overall spiritual place, like the eagle view, where it fits into every story? Burden to me is a timeline, like a timeline of anxiety or, say, person's burden, or are you letting them learn their own burden? Okay? Literally, this is what we're happening. So the birth and rebirth, I was pretty happy when I saw a red telephone booth. I almost put red phone booth in Gematria, but I'm like, no. Oh, I got goosebumps when I said this. Wah, got goosebumps on my face. So red telephone booth, Gematria, 1122. The stock market. What's 1122? 1122, 1963 was the assassination, I'll just put that in quotation, of JFK. And you can't hear a word I am saying. Oh, now it's froze. Oh, it's really weird. It went from 43 to 50. So maybe if I talk a weird way, it will catch words every so now and then. Can you hear it? This is why I like Facebook, because at least it'll just cut me right off. So, but if you go put November 22nd, in Gematria, it comes up with John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. Red phone booth is going to get a call and just waiting and chill about. I like the mirror version of the telephone in there, because actually the red and London Bridge, yeah, I got that. But what that red phone booth reminded me is not only Superman, but it also reminded me of time travelers, you know. And I think there was a show in The Matrix where he goes into the booth. And was there even a phone in there? There was only FI over his shoulder, so Wi-Fi. Yeah. But I didn't really go look at, Doctor Who, that's what it is. And, okay, hear me out on this. Say his name wrong, it's going to come out funny. The Cumbersnatch guy, Cumberbund, whatever his name is. You know that guy. Who is he? Is he that Doctor Who guy? Or is he Doctor Strange or whatever? Anyways, I watched a movie with that guy in it where the whole object of the movie was to go reverse time to get back into a moment so the cube would whatever. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now some people are saying not very nice things about Tom McDonald too. I don't know. Just surround yourself in love and light. We're so seriously towards the end. I almost literally, I'm so over what's bad and what's good. Yeah. Anyways, you know who I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah, they do cut me off so much more often. On the last 4 Facebook videos, there's actually 2 of them because I've had to go re-record. Well, actually, yesterday, I shouldn't say that. There's 3 of them there's 6 videos from 3 days, and then there's a half from yesterday, and it just got cut off, so I didn't care. I was talking about how people in Canada aren't talking about the actual big, huge arrest and conviction and jailing of, look at here, of, there's Miss Callie, of the big PEDO Nygaard. That's where I got cut off in the video yesterday. So he's a bigger creeper than Epstein. So yeah. Hey, Fred. Yeah, calm down. You're driving. You're not supposed to be snort laughing. So yeah, especially. So I think there's like a lot of awesome things going to come out. I really do. So yeah. Oh, you shared my video in Facebook and now you're in Facebook jail with threats of removing my account. We're winning. Do you know what I think, guys? I think one day that these sites, after they go down and when the new internet is out, like I was talking about on Crackbook, Bricks is coming out with new internet. Why? Because this one's all corrupt. So maybe when that happens, the good vibes from here and all of the videos will just repopulate into the new internet. And then everybody can see everybody and everything. So what do you think? What do you think, Kelly? Do you think that's going to happen? I think so too. Oh, yes, you're so beautiful. Oh, yes, she loves being pet like that. Oh, yes, she's a lovely kitty cat. Super funny. She wakes me up every morning at 5 a.m. I'm going to eye roll again, but not as hard. No. And she's purring like, oh, so sweet. Yeah. And anyways, yeah, so I see big things happening soon. I'm hoping we all have a scare event where it's like, the sky is falling. Everybody's running around. The sky's falling. The sky's falling. It's really not going anywhere. So, but yes, she sure is growing. She's getting so big, and she literally when we go into the big house, there's the big dog who's 3, Keegan, And the other day, Callie was having a snack at the desk, the kitty desk, and Keegan came up there to check it out, and she almost like, she did not like that. She was like, "Urgh." Yeah. So we'll be having lots of fun on new adventures, especially if everything happens hopefully the way it's supposed to. Then maybe I'm gonna be. You guys can meet Callie too, and we'll all have a big hangout chart session where like I'll just stand at a big board and keep writing like a big Torah, and we'll do chart and chart and chart and chart. But yeah, and think about these things too, because I wanted to wrap them all up in one. When we're talking about all of these operations and people doing the things that they're doing, keep in mind that there are people who have skills, higher powers than we do to see the future. They don't even need an apparatus to do that. So they can see multiple timelines occurring. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Men in Black, I think 3, where it's the guy, he's like, well, if this happens, if the baseball falls down, then this will happen, and if this happens, and this happens. So there's multiple things that needed to happen in order for all the timelines to converge into one. And I just think with their DNA testing at the borders, and they found 1 in 3 kids under Trump, 1 in 3 kids didn't belong to those parents, yada yada, and they got all of those bad guys. Think about Robert David Steele, who has the big database of all of the creepers in there. So if they've ever thought about even doing anything or traded pictures or whatever, they have everything. That's where it's housed at. So I think all of these people work in conjunction with each other. So you may not understand someone like Snowden or his role or whatever, but that actual character had to be placed into a spot, a position, a job, so the information could be gathered. And would that person know multiple languages, not only in computer technology, but multiple languages on planet? Oh, there's a nice little deer right outside the window. She's only about a year old. But they're going to know a lot of stuff and not be able to tell stuff. Like, this is the biggest military operation in the whole wide world, the biggest one. So no one's going to come out and say, we're pulling the pin on this day, and this is what we're doing, and this is what it's going to look like. They can only feed us hopium to keep the vibes alive this whole time. And it is up to us to do all of that work. Literally. These are the tests Creator is giving us. Are you over yourself? Are you over your ego? Are you over your anger? Are you over your shame? Are you manifesting health, wealth, peace, abundance, love for everybody? Where are you focusing that energy? We all need to be really, really focusing at more than ever on higher vibrations, because we're about to get snapped with a big elastic band, everybody. There is truth coming out that all of us at some level are going to be shocked. All of us. So we need to be prepared up here. So quit putting poop emojis. Yeah, I know, very choppy. So, the series Loki is revealing much of the timeline convergence as you're explaining. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Is what's happening. So people are being forced to make a decision with their own vibrations. Am I going to be focused inward or outward? And if it keeps pointing inward, the earth decides, literally, you're going to fuck around and find out those vibes don't work in the new matrix. And I'd rather not. I'd rather not put myself through the FO. Yeah. Yes, it may be sooner than soon. So everyone just hold the line. Sorry for the choppy video. Oh, look. Let's see if I can show you. Hold still, like they're really close. Let's see if you can see one. Oh, there's one. Kelly's just wandering. You can see the little deer. Like, they literally come up and right to the door. Yeah. Oh, and a squirrel just scared this little one. She's really close. Here, I'll show you that. See? Like, right beside. Kelly's like, woo! That one's awesome. So, yeah, sorry about the maneuver. Yeah. Yes, it's very beautiful here. I'm very lucky. I live in a little forest, and I have a outdoor fireplace or two. There's a teepee I can use. I go in the log home every day. Go walking on the trails. Like, there's hiking trails. There's a beautiful river like 2 minutes from where I'm staying. And shitty video quality. That's the price you pay for watching my videos when I live in the mountains. Sorry, the foothills. But if you guys want to know what the surrounding area looks like when we drive in and out, if you've ever watched the show Yellowstone, where you can see mountains and rolling hills and pastures, that's it. Yeah. 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 Auto corrupt. Yep. I agree. I believe they're going to attack the water next. They have been. They have been attacking the water next. So, like, yeah, it's all over the place. So, yeah, do your best to drink good water. And I live in the mountains, so I have really good water here. I'm very lucky, very grateful to my hosts where I live. Nope, not there. Good guessing, though. My friend that lives a little bit up north, I'll just say I kind of live, I live kind of right behind Devil's Head Mountain, around that area, if you know where that is. So, yeah, kind of behind Canmore-ish. Between Canmore and Calgary, in that area. Ish. That's all I'll say. But it's very beautiful here. Very beautiful. And that's all I got to say for today. So, I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Keep those vibes calm, cool, collected, and enjoy yourselves. And don't get too worked up about too many. We're so close. So, all my people here, and I say people like we're one big organism of Raven people who are in the same vibration. I'm so grateful that all of you are reaching out and talking to each other in the group chat and making connections. There's people who are looking for friends in area, and if they're not in Telegram and you're on Facebook, go look through some of the videos, and if you see they live in your area and you want a new friend, go make new friends. I encourage it. In fact, I really encourage it. Nothing cooler. I'll tell you what happened, just so you know. I was actually friends with these people I met on June 12th, and they were friends with Taco online. And I was friends with Taco online, but I never really talked to Taco until I met the friends on June 12th, and now all of us are really good friends. So there's people who are friends outside of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about me. You guys make friends because we're all Ravenettes, you know. I just happen to have the podium, the mic. I don't even like saying podium. But anyways, yeah, so go enjoy each other. And if I put a meme on my page and you want to plaster a bunch of memes, do so. As long as they're positive, please leave the religion out. And I say that with all love and no politics. It's too divisive. Just don't. Prayers and thoughts are great. I love you, man. Whatever. You can do like these, whatever. But be kind to each other. That's the number one rule. Be kind. Love each other. Make friends. Share your energy. Share your stories. And don't talk about depressing things anymore. Who cares where we were 3 years ago? Let's start manifesting our humanitarian, all of that. I want to do this. I want to do that. I see myself doing this. I see myself doing that. I'm going to even put a poll on there and see if you're. I asked 3 years ago what your humanitarian projects are. Are they still the same? Maybe we'll find out. Anyways, I love you. Okay. Shenanigans afoot. Everybody, have a great day. I love you so much. And I'm very grateful.